Tallahassee, Valdosta. Rise and shine. You're watching WCTV Eyewitness News. The Good Morning Show starts now.
Coming up at 6, authorities in South Georgia now investigating arson, what they say happened.
Plus, schools in Leon County could be getting some security upgrades. What these funds will be used for. Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today on the Good Morning Show. Want to call it a wonderful Wednesday, but
You can call it a wet Wednesday.
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
How wet did you get on the way in?
Goodness.
Yeah.
First of all, it was the thunder and the lightning.
Did it wake you up last night?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, do I need to take cover?
Right.
Like, I felt like I needed to be in a bunker the way that thunder
And it's funny because when it happens at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, it sounds so much worse than when it happens at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And a lot of these thunderstorms are nowhere near as strong as the ones that we get on an August afternoon.
Oh, wow.
It just seems worse, right?
It sure sounded like it, man.
I totally understand.
Woo.
I get you. I got lots to get to, so let's start. On the wall here, and we're going to see a whole bunch of activity over the past couple of hours, moving from south and west to north and east. I keep trying to make this distinction. I hope I'm making it clear. The whole batch of rain is moving from west to east, and really, really slowly. That's the boundary. That's what focuses the showers. But the individual storms are moving real fast from southwest to northeast. So as the whole mess moves very slowly, more and more individual cells race along that boundary, and that's when we get wet. That's when we get the thunder and lightning. I'm seeing quite a bit, especially in South Georgia now, north of Highway 84 from Cairo all the way over to Valdosta, a bunch up near Moultrie and Adel, and that's where they're all going. But if we look down to the south and to the west, you can see all that lightning across Appalachia Bay, south of the Franklin County Barrier Islands, south of the Wakulla County coast. These two are moving from south and west to north and east. So we're all going to get wet a couple of times as we go through the morning. The more that the entire mess moves east, the more that some of our western areas get a little more of a break from some of the showers that are going to be persistent on again, off again throughout the day. Temperatures, not going to move a whole lot. We'll see them range from someplace in the mid-60s to maybe the mid-70s. That's about it. And I don't expect a lot of movement with those temperatures. I do expect a really improving forecast starting tomorrow and a great looking weekend. But we got a soggy setup for today. I'll break it all down. Full forecast in just a few.
Well, people in Valdosta are reporting issues with their power right now because of the current storm. According to the outage map from Georgia Power, over 3,500 people's power is being affected right now. 26 people are reporting outages at this time. We'll continue to keep you updated on what is happening with weather with Rob's forecast coming up. The suspect in a deadly New Year's Eve stabbing from 2020 is now on trial in Leon County. Caleb Sheffield is accused of killing Matthew Williams during an argument at a home off Huckabee Road. Arrest papers say Williams walked next door to get help, but collapsed and died. Sheffield is charged with murder, burglary, and grand theft auto. The trial could last through Thursday.
Also in Leon County, a parent arrested outside Godby High School on Monday, accused of getting into a heated argument with a student and threatening him with a knife after he walked in front of his car. 34-year-old Thomas Ivester faces charges of aggravated assault and having a weapon on campus and battery of a law enforcement officer for allegedly kicking the school resource deputy when he intervened.
In South Georgia, the state fire marshal has ruled a fire at the historic Washington Street Gym in Brooks County as arson. Quitman firefighters responded to the scene around 6:45 Monday night after getting multiple calls about smoke surrounding a gym. A chair and piles of trash were left on fire just outside the main entrance. Just last month, county commissioners announced the gym would be named a historic landmark and allocated $75,000 in the budget for renovations.
Some new security upgrades could be coming to Leon County schools. At last night's school board meeting, members are expected to sign off on a request for nearly $500,000 to increase school safety. Now, according to the district's chief of safety and security, it's part of funding the state that allocates every year following the shooting at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School back in 2018. The district says it hopes to get money this year, like it has in the past, to fund various security projects. The bulk of the grant money would go towards replacing security cameras at Leon and Sale high schools. LCS says a lot of the district's security cameras are 20 years old and they're due for an upgrade. The district working on this for the last several years, but camera equipment is expensive and it's not something that can happen overnight.
We're excited about the future as it relates to camera security coverage at our sites, and we have to do it strategically. We wish we could do it all in 1 year, every school site, but we can't. That's a very big project.
A smaller portion of the grant funding will go towards maintaining fences around some schools, and some money will also go towards switching some doors that need to go from physical keys to using electronic fobs. School board members are expected to give the grant proposal the green light, and they hope the money will be made available by the end of the school year.
The group Friends of the Tallahassee Firefighters and Leon County Commissioner Bill Proctor laying out their new contract request for the city. According to the Firefighters Union, firefighters in Leon County are the lowest paid in the Big Bend. The new proposal asks for a $60,000 starting salary. Right now, starting pay is closer to $45,000. It also suggests a reduction in their work week from 53 hours to 42 and asks for better health and wellness coverage, specifically because of firefighters' increased risk of cancer. TFD has seen 11 resignations since October due to this pay dispute.
We've looked over the proposal that that Commissioner Proctor and his committee has put forward to the city. We feel that it is a fair and aggressive proposal in order to get us where we need to be as a community.
According to the Tallahassee Professional Firefighters, the city and the union have met 21 times to negotiate but haven't reached a deal. They're set to meet with the special magistrate today.
Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
All right, we get started here on the day planner. Not a lot of change with temperatures. We're going to see maybe a little variety from someplace in the lower and mid 60s to maybe the lower and mid 70s today. And that's really where the temperatures are going to be from start to finish. The bigger story, of course, is going to be this. That's an active radar, and it's going to stay pretty active for the next couple of hours. I expect to get some breaks at times a little bit later on this morning and maybe a little bit this afternoon. But there's also going to be more showers that develop with this energy that is very slowly moving east. And until the whole mess moves east, we're going to continue to find those individual cells moving pretty quickly from southwest to northeast. And that means a lot of us just get wet a whole bunch of times. So much still backing up offshore that's going to be lining up for parts of the Wakulla and Jefferson and Taylor County coast. And then from there continues moving to the north and east. I see quite a bit of activity moving through central parts of Leon County, northern parts of Wakulla and eastern parts of Gadsden County right now. And there'll be some decent jolts and downpours with that. Highway 84 from Cairo all the way to Valdosta and even farther to the east, super soggy, and more extends north of Highway 84. The I-75 corridor, once you start to get a little further to the east over towards Nashville and Lakeland, yeah, we've got all kinds of rain and thunder and lightning. And there's been a history with some wind gusts and some hail associated with some of these individual cells too, and I can't rule that out. What I can see is maybe a little bit of a reduction in the showers and the cloud cover when you get north and west of Bainbridge and Mariana. So this boundary is slowly starting to make progress, and as those winds start to change, we can try to start to pull in a little bit of drier air. Hopefully that starts this afternoon for at least some of us. I think for a lot of us, we're going to have to wait till tomorrow for that to happen. So that means the on again, off again showers and storms with breaks and gaps, especially later this morning and this afternoon, are what we expect. Here are those numbers. They span from the mid-60s to the mid-70s, and I don't think they're going to move a whole lot. You can tell where that boundary is by looking at the direction of the winds. You see that in Camilla, in Bainbridge, and Mariana, got the north winds. You can see that in Perry, we've got the southwest winds. Same in Tallahassee. So that boundary is probably someplace right through here, and it's moving really, really slowly to the east. It's got to get all the way through our area before we start winding this activity down. Hopefully by 9, 10 o'clock, the showers start to at least taper off for a bit before new ones fire back up with more energy to the south, and maybe they slide a little bit more east later today and tonight. I still think we're going to be talking about some showers even into the morning hours tomorrow. But once we get past that, it looks a lot brighter, drier, and better. What a nice looking forecast we have for the end of the week and the weekend. We just have to get there first. Today, all about those showers and storms.